Okay, everybody, real quick, I'm going to show you guys how to export your PDF from InDesign. So let's just say that this is my final form, and this is kind of what I'm working with. So I'm going to show you guys two ways to do this. And the first way is pretty simple. And you'll notice the first way might be a little bit more beneficial for you guys who have a lot of white space around the very corners of your design. And might make it hard if you just have the crop marks in the corners. So that's why I'm going to show you guys this first way. So you just grab your box tool, and we'll just go on a separate layer on top. We'll just go cut box. Make sure we lock the layers underneath, and then you're just going to kind of create your box. Actually, if you have the box tool selected and you just click, it will have you type that in manually. So just type in 8.5 by 11, and then just click that to the very outside of your thing. So if we go in full screen, actually full screen mode, can't quite see it, but you can kind of see it. Now you have the box around your border. So from there on, once you have your box around, let's say if this is my final iteration, I have my box, you'll go File, Export, or Command E for short. Make sure you name it first name, last name, exercise 1. So once that comes up, make sure you hit all pages, and then export. So then you'll see, so when you print it, that box will basically show all the way around. And for those of you printing on 11 by 17, you could basically just give your file, to FedEx, and just say, hey, I have an 8.5 by 11, piece of paper, and I want to print it on, 11 by 17, or you could set up your paper yourself. So I'm just going to pull up Illustrator here real quick, and then we're just going to set our file to 11 by 17, turn the rulers on, Command R, and then if we drop our PDF in here, then we could just kind of center it, put it right there. We know it fits, we know it's the right size. So this is how it will actually look when it prints out. It will have a clear, mark around the outside that you cut off. So this black outline box should not be showing. That's what is going to help you guide to cut this out. So you could export, this to FedEx and just say, print on 11 by 17, 80-pound paper. Or what you can do, instead of drawing, the box around, so if we delete that layer here real quick, if we want to, so you don't have the box, another way of doing it is you just go File, Export, or Command E. So once you save your file location, you'll actually do it in here, so it's marks and bleeds. So you're just going to check crop marks and then make sure the weight is the skinniest, and then your offset is the smallest number. And then once you hit export, so I'll show you guys what that looks like. And you could still do this, so even if you export with crop marks, you could still bring it into an Illustrator file with 11 by 17 instead of just asking the printer or the guy at FedEx or whoever you take it to, or if you're doing this yourself, it might be easier to visualize it, but So this would be like a for sure way of getting the formatting right and knowing exactly what it's going to look like on the 11 by 17 paper, instead of just giving the file, the 8.5 by 11 file, to the printer and say, can you print this on 11 by 17? So this is kind of that like surefire way of doing that. So if we look at option 2, so these are what the crop marks kind of look like. They're just these two little like slash marks in the corner that you'll use. So basically if I show you with my rule lines here, like that is where you would make that cut, because it aligns with like this, box. And then you would make that cut all the way around. And the reason why I think sometimes just adding that like black rectangle is easier is because, like, let's say if you go and chop this front, or top part off first, like you got to cut it first, and then you cut, let's say, this side, it'll be actually hard to cut the bottom off because you cut off this like crop mark. So sometimes it's just easier to add that box in, but I just wanted to show you guys how to do that real quick. So whatever method you want to use, whether that's putting the box around your final PDF or exporting with crop marks, I would just put it in Illustrator in 11 by 17 paper and then bringing this to the printer to trim yourself. So that way you know for sure nothing gets downsized, everything's true to fit, and especially for you guys who have either rule lines or other design elements like bleeding off the page, it will definitely do that successfully this way. So that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. Feel free to email me between now and next class. Thanks.